Hey EvikeTV. You know, the guys over at KWA have quite the reputation for making some really awesome guns. They have a fantastic AEG line, but where they really shine is in their gas blowbacks. I mean, not to mention the gas blowback pistols they release, but they've released some really cool SMG gas blowback rifles, like the KMP9 or the FPG, or even the KMP7 that we've all been so accustomed to seeing just own everybody on the field. Well, the guys at KWA have completely outdone themselves. And this year, they introduced us to one of their new products that is revolutionizing the gas blowback field. Some of you may have seen it at SHOT Show 2011. Anyway, I've got here with me to show you guys the one and only functioning prototype of this. This is the KWA KRISS Vector Super V. Not only does it look cool, but it features some of the same cool features that the real steel one offers. And it's gas blowback. The externals feature a full polycarbonate nylon fiber body, as well as this really sweet barrel extension. The inner barrel actually extends all the way to the end of the barrel extension, so it features a 363mm inner barrel. That's the same length as an AEG M4, so this thing is dead accurate. In addition to that, it also features a really cool folding stock that's easy to fold, and it's actually one of the highest quality ones I've ever seen in an airsoft gun, so very neat. In addition to that, the gun also features a top rail where it's got integrated flip-up front and rear sights, as well as I've attached a red dot sight just because it looks super cool. On either side of the gun there are rails because it is ambidextrous, so you can attach all of your other lasers or anything else you need to, as well as the rail on the bottom here. Now the rail allowed me to attach a vertical grip. Now the vertical grip allows me to have access to my pressure switch, which activates the integrated flashlight. So while you're using it, it's really simple to blind your opponents very quickly and come right back to using it, whether you're using the vertical grip and pressure switch or you're not. It also has some really cool trademarks, the KRISS Vector trademarks as well as the KWA trademarks. In addition to that, on the other side here, we have the mag release as well as a really cool charging handle. Sounds just like the real thing. In addition to that, we've also got some really cool trademarks on the other side here. And to flip back to the other side, you start to get a better idea for the actual selector switches. There are two, the one for safe and fire, as well as the front one here for switching between semi, 2-round burst, and full auto. Okay, so we've got the KWA MG and ATP series 50-round extended magazine, and we're going to test fire the KRISS, so let's go for it. Cool. Something very amazing about the KRISS is that it uses a brand new NS3 gas system. It's very gas efficient while still allowing for a lot of power downrange. The parts are easily replaceable and many of them are compatible with the existing NS2 system, including the magazines that the KWA KRISS uses. It ranges anywhere from using a ATP magazine very easily, or even switching back to one of the old G or M series magazines like the 50-round extended magazine I have here. The KRISS will use them all, so you don't have to worry about buying secondary magazines for a gun that you may or may not already have. The other unique feature about the KWA KRISS is its ability to control its rate of fire and the feet per second of your shots simply by attaching it to an iPad. All you need to do is remove the cap and then retrieve the cable from inside the actual pistol grip. Once you pull that out, all you need to do is to connect it to your iPad. Okay, so let's go ahead and use our KWA KRISS application. As you can see, the main screen's pretty basic. It has a cool KWA logo, as well as two forms of adjustment for the KRISS. The first is FPS, and the second one, lower, below that, is the adjustment for rate of fire or rounds per second. So if we wanted to adjust the FPS, pretty simple. All we need to do is adjust this slider here, and that'll go anywhere from about 10 feet per second up to about 3,000. That sounds like a great idea because 3,000 is a heck of a lot of FPS, but you got to be worried about shattering your BBs in the barrel. So just be wary of that. Make sure you're using very, very, very high quality BBs so you're not shattering them as they're coming out of the inner barrel. Now, if you wanted to adjust your RPS, rounds per second, or your rate of fire, all you got to do is adjust the lower slider. And the rate of fire is pretty adjustable, anywhere from about 10 rounds per second up to about 100. Now, 100 sounds like a great idea, and I'm all for 100 rounds per second. Just keep in mind that even if you're using the extended magazine, that's 50 rounds. So you're clearing a mag in about half a second. So just make sure either the guy you're shooting at is prepared for a huge volley, or keep it on semi. The guys over at KWA have really outdone themselves. Not only have they produced a fantastic looking gun, but it functions extremely well. Not to mention the fact that they've included with the NS3 system a proprietary hop-up design that automatically adjusts itself depending on the weight of the round you're firing. This gun is quite amazing, and I look forward to seeing many of you guys play with it on the field. Remember to keep your iPads handy so you can do all those minor feet per second and round per second adjustments. And this thing should be coming out in the very near distant future. See you guys next time.